Sorry, it's just everything's still loading, man. I know there are gridding. Everything's working, it's just IRTVO's not working yet. So just bear with me, guys, people that's watching. I think we're live. Yeah, we are live. Sorry about the big delay there, everybody. You're going to have a little bit of lag here just for a minute. It will balance itself out. I do promise that. We just got a bunch of stuff loaded. We had to load everything back up again. So just bear with me. We are here for the first race. Joining with me tonight is Joe Brissett. Joe, you got a copy?
Yes.
All right, let me make sure I got everything turned down good enough. Got everybody turned up. So, first race of the season for the IRA League. Pop up the grid real fast while everybody's going on the track. Brian Long, Anthony Reynolds. Joe, I want to get your pick here in just a second. Corey Walters, Justin Krasinski in the 05. J.R. Smith, Joshua Banks. Elliott Butler, Ethan Kreutz. My gosh, Marty, I'm so delayed right now with me. Adam Mayer, William L. Smith. Let's take a look at the rest of the field. Joe, who do you think is going to get the victory here tonight?
I'm going to take my pick and go with the 27 of Landon Fleet.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Being series champion, so I'm looking to see him possibly go to victory lane tonight and start off the new year.
Like I said, guys, we will get everything worked out. It's being fixed. We are ready now, I do believe. I'm going to go with Matt Bean. That's a little bit different driver pick, but I'm going to go with the Matt Bean truck. He's starting a little bit further back. There's some interesting cars in this field, by the way. Some very good drivers in this field, by the way. So it should be a fun race as we wait for the Ford Mustang pace car to get ready to pull off pit road. We're going to get this season kicked off. First race of the season, IRA League, is green flag here at Daytona International Speedway, 60 laps. Here on tap for tonight. J.R. Smith in the lead right now. J.R. Smith's actually a pretty decent driver. We're going to be interested to see how he does up front. As like I said, guys, you will have a little bit of lag for a minute, and it will balance itself out as everything's still loading. Who are you mainly watching right now, Joe, come up to the field?
Right now, I'm mainly just watching this battle up here for the lead. It's definitely the most exciting currently on track. As the guys in the back are kind of just getting filed into place of where they want to be for this early green flag run. As the guys up front are kind of battling to position themselves for where they want to be early in this pack.
Yeah, there's a couple guys I'm watching right now. The 82's making a pretty good run on that low side. We didn't get the pre-race in because we was trying to load up everything, but how do you think these guys will do on gas and fuel mileage here tonight?
I'm going to imagine they're definitely going to have to probably make one pit stop with it being 60 laps. I imagine they can go somewhere between 20 to 30 laps on a tank with it being 70% fuel, as I saw when I came in. The tires, that's going to be a different question. Just depends on how much they are able to save them. They can choose whether they want to go 4, 2, or even take none. None is an option here because of the nature of the pack races and stuff. You can conserve your tires long enough. It'll definitely be a shorter pit stop.
So, guys, actually, usually I have a different cam packs. I do not have my regular cam packs sometimes because I had to hurry up and I didn't get everything loaded. But it's okay. We will try to get it up if there's a caution that comes out. This 6 truck's moving up right now. Let me find out who that exactly is. It's Butler. Trying to see who it is. Oh, I didn't know Richard Hines was in here. Richard Hines is a very good driver. That's Elliott Butler right there in that 6 truck, that Amazon Echo truck. I love that paint scheme, by the way. But he's actually starting to work his way up here as well. Showing right now in the, looks like 3rd spot with side by side with the 99. It could be anybody's race. Like you mentioned tire wear and stuff like that. Is there a reason why the tires really don't fall off here as much? I mean, because to me, and I kind of know the answer, but to me, and this is actually a serious question, to me, with it being a longer track, you would think that the tires would fall off more. Is there a reason why they don't?
I mean, you know, the main thing is the less wheel input you have, going through the turns. The less you try to, if you're on the bottom, the less you try to side draft, the more you'll actually save your equipment. It's mainly just give and take. you just base. You keep your same pace and don't try to overdrive the truck too much on the super speedways and try to make it too many moves too early. You can definitely save your stuff and it will not hurt you. And I would imagine most of these guys will take tires here. If we do get a caution, that'll definitely be a prime opportunity. But there's a definite chance that if we get green flag runs here through the first pit stop, there will probably be a couple guys that either take 2 or none.
Now, you mentioned possibly between 20 and 30 laps. Is this a chance that if we stay green, will it be a 2-stop race?
There's a very good chance that it could be with the factor of the draft. With the guys in the back, the guys kind of running in the middle of this front pack here, they're sitting in a prime spot as they can run and they can also let off the gas in certain portions of the track and save on fuel and then get back onto it, and they're not running as the rate that the guys like the 99 of Nick Short and the 26 of Zach Lindegaard are up here in the front that are pushing flat out around the track, and they're going to burn gas at a much higher rate than the guys here in the middle of the pack.
I just want to mention I love that 26 paint, by the way. You know you like that.
Yeah, that's
is it My Little Pony?
I believe so.
I believe it is. Yeah, it is My Little Pony.
But it's definitely out there.
It's unique, right? I love these unique paint schemes. I have, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a girly paint. I like them. I think it's different. So he's actually worked his way up. The 6 has actually moved up to the high line. When you race here, do you have a preferred line that you like racing compared to other lines? I know a lot of, it's Daytona, a lot of people want the bottom, but do you prefer the high line here?
Yeah, I'm preferably a highline driver. I mainly stay to the high side just for this extra security of there's something that happens on the bottom, I got some room to go up high to possibly miss it. Now, if there's a wreck up high, you're going to be in it most likely unless you can get down quick enough. But the high lane seems like you have more room and more forgivability at the point tracks as you can kind of move around a little bit more without worrying about either a spin or someone spinning you. As the 23 and the 5 here, they're working together. They're leaving room here between them and the 99 and the 26 on the inside. But you'll see as they start to go down in the corner, they will get a little bit close to do a side draft.
That's what I was going to ask.
Suck themselves up. Yeah, as you can see here, right now they're sucking down a little bit through the middle of the corner, and then they're kind of pull back out to kind of pull that draft to pull them up through and past the 99.
Ooh.
We got the 26 is
off pace. Yeah, I don't know what that was. So let me ask you this. Okay, we know you can utilize side drafts. We just talked about it. If you're outside by yourself, now, of course, if you don't have draft, you lose a little bit more fuel. Can you use side draft to save fuel as well?
Yeah, to an extent, and that's to an extent. If you've got some guys in front of you that are battling, and you're a 2 or 3 car train behind you, and you decide to pull out on them, if you've got enough people in front of you on the bottom that decide to kind of start getting a little bit racy, you can save some fuel if you kind of get behind them and then try to pull out. It will not affect you as much because of the air factor that's pushing off the cars. The main thing will be is you want to ride behind the guys, save your equipment as best you can.
Right.
You don't want to ride behind them too long because it will give you that effect of possibly blowing the engine as the temps will get too high. But as you see here, these guys have kind of spaced themselves out. They've only really got a couple of them up front that are really got the bumpers locked. Most of them are kind of spacing themselves out, as it looks like we've got about 2 distinct packs here.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking at it, and I looked at the 26, and that's what I was about to mention. Do you think that's possible strategy that he fell back there with this other pack?
Yeah, there's definitely strategy involved there. I would say he's possibly saying that it's too racy up here in this front pack right now. He doesn't want to take the chance of there being a wreck and him getting caught in it. As I'm looking now and I see that they do not have any fast repairs, so he's probably taking that choice of saying there's possibly going to be a wreck, and he doesn't want to be stuck out of the race or be severely damaged.
So,
and cost him a chance at a win.
how much strategy goes into this race compared to next week when we go to Dover? Do you use strategy more at this track than what you would at Dover?
I mean, they're two different. They're definitely two different tracks. One being a super speedway, and one just being a normal mile track.
Is it mile? Yeah.
Here,
mile.
it's basically two different types of strategy. Here, you want to lay in the back, save your equipment. Don't show your hand until the right moment. When you come to Dover, places like that, you basically, probably most likely to the qualifying and the practice session, you're going to know who your top drivers are. And it's pretty much no secret there. And strategy won't play as much of a factor once you get into the race. It's mainly just, you conserve your stuff and try to be there at the end. Here, it's a little bit more of a cat and mouse game of where do you want to be when you get to 5 to go, or even when you take the white flag, as, it can change in a blink of an eye.
Right. Well, this is very interesting stuff because, I'm going to be honest with everybody out there. I'm very honest on this broadcast. I've always been, a lot of people know, sometimes I'm brutally honest about certain leagues. These guys have done a good job. We only got 49 laps to go out of 60. We could be seeing green flag stops here soon, within the next probably, 15 or so laps. But one thing I've noticed a little bit different about this league, these guys, to me, they seem like they're all familiar with each other. Does that play a big part in what, when you race around other guys? Does that play a big part that you raced with them for, say, 2 seasons now?
Yeah, I mean, when you're familiar with the guys you're racing around, you know how much you can give and take with them, and they know how much, to let each other, you can give each other enough room. This front pack up here, they're flip-flopping and back and forth, top to bottom, bottom to top, but they all know each other. They seem like they've been racing with each other for a while now, and they know each other's intentions early in this race. They know they all want to try to survive. No one's really trying to push it too hard, so they're going to give and take. They're going to let each other lead. They're going to fall back. No one's going to really push each other too much.
So I'm sitting here looking. It looks like this front pack has about, I don't know, I'm sitting here looking at Joshua Banks right now in that 32, and I'm looking back towards the back end of this where Gary Wells is behind this other pack. They're just now going into turn 1. I know it takes a long time for, to get lapped on this track. Is that something these back cars should be starting to worry about a little bit now, or are you not really worried about it at the moment?
With them being about a quarter of the track behind the guys, I wouldn't necessarily worry about it at this point in time. If we get through if we get to a green flag run, I would say I would start to be getting concerned, just to the fact that the amount of trucks that we have in this front pack, that they are generating a lot more speed than that second pack. But if we get a caution and any of these front guys get taken out, that definitely plays into strategy-wise of that second pack.
You can see that number 80. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You seeing that number 88, you can see him starting to working up a little bit. This bottom side seems like it's a little bit more well-formed than that higher line. To make the high line work, do you really have to be tucked up nose to tail to each other to make that high line work? And do you have to have more cars? And now we got a transfer. It looks like the 5's moving up to that high line. But do you think you really got to have more cars up top to be able to make the high line work? Or can you go up there and pass 5 cars with 3 cars on that high line?
You can. It's just you've got to know who you're working with, and you definitely got to be in that mindset of where you got to be at that moment in time to get the passes done. I mean, if you can lock bumpers and get nose to tail, and the three guys, if they know how to work the side draft on the guys on the bottom, they can definitely suck their way up to the front and possibly get around all 3 of them. It's very, very difficult as you see this bottom lane has about 67 cars on the bottom compared to this top lane with about 4. So it's definitely more formed. But, like I said, the top lane, if you know who you're working with and you're comfortable with them, it's definitely an option that you can get it to the front and get there fairly quickly. That's definitely something to watch out for towards the end of the race. You'll be able to see these guys. They won't be giving and taking as we get more to the end. and you'll see bottom, top. You most likely, if there's enough guys, you'll probably see them 3 wide.
I want to say Brian Long actually just put down the fastest lap of the race on lap number 11, which was not very long ago, of a 45.765. That's moving around for these trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Alright guys, real fast, we're going to take a quick commercial break really fast. Reason why I'm going to actually upload my camera packs so we can get some more camera packs. So we'll be right back in like 30 seconds. Alright, and as I say that, it won't let me load them because we already started the session. So, not without me closing the IRA TVO down, and I'm not doing that because it's perfectly fine with the way it is. So, Joe, you start seeing now pits are going to be coming up here very soon. How do you manage to get on pit road when you're tucked up this close?
Basically, it's very simple communication. Especially kind of know that you are definitely coming in like the 08 is here now. He's coming in, which isn't a good move with him coming in by himself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Will that hurt him?
Definitely not a good thing when you come in here to pit. You definitely want to try to pit with a partner or multiple partners. I would imagine most of these guys are going to be coming in this time by as we're hearing on the radio.
Okay. I'm watching the 08 right now, seeing if he's taking any tires. And then we will jump back up, and he will take 4 tires, and he's going to be down and away. Looks like he had a stop of a 14.3 second lap. So do you got to get single file, and do you have to, I mean, you said communication's big here. What's the chances of somebody wrecking getting on pit road?
Oh, it's a very high chance. I mean, one little thing you can
oh, somebody's in the wall.
And this whole pack can turn into a melee, and everyone's around. As these guys have kind of figured it out, they've noticed if you kind of fan out and give each other room coming on the pit lane, it's a lot easier. As it looks like this is a big group here. Okay?
Yeah. This 88 almost made contact with the 04.
Yeah, notice that
we actually had
04 was coming out as he was coming in, and they kind of got interchanged in the wrong lane there.
Yeah, we also had somebody get off track. Nick Short and Derek Glass actually got off track. We will get our first instant replay of the night with this. It happened just a few minutes ago, so we will get a replay. You can see the 99 coming down, and he actually just goes through the grass, as well as in right behind him. I don't know what happened to the 2. Nick Short goes through the grass, and he gets a little off track, so no harm, no foul there for the 2, I don't think. But definitely not good for Derek Glass there. There's Derek Glass. Actually, I'm denying. I'm sorry.
And the 32 are on pit road now, so we're going to see where they come back out in this main pack with the, just being those.
Oh, 28's going to go around. Oh, 13 got into the 28. 28 is all the way around, and he is sitting at the end of pit road. I don't think that will be a caution, but 13 was involved in that of Richard Hunt. I'm sorry, that's 87. The 13 of who is the 13? Let me find his number. Oh, right here. Andrew did get turned around going on the pit road and does have damage from that pit stop from the 28 going around, so that's going to hurt him.
As it looks like the 28,
they're going to space out by a lot here. It looks like
he's got a little bit of rear end damage as well, so this is definitely going to hurt his chances for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I agree. So, guys, I know there's going to be somewhat of a lag. It's where we didn't get everything loaded up on time. I do apologize dearly for that, seriously. So just deal with me, and it will work itself out, I hope. So, as you can see right there, that's what I was talking about by lag. Just give it a second, it will work itself out. We didn't have time to load everything up.
As we're 3 wide up here for the lead.
We will get back up to that, I promise. So just bear with it for a minute.
And the 88's in the wall. 32 collided with the 88 is in the wall.
Alright guys, we're loading everything back up. Alright, we almost got it. You said the 88 was in the wall?
Yeah, 88 hit the wall coming off. It looked like the 32 got a little bit loose there and just came up the track and got into the side of the 88 and put him in the outside wall.
Oh my ping is spiking like crazy. Holy crap. Never had that happen very often. I think we're good now. That was William Kruska, by the way, that got into the wall. He's actually coming down pit road now. Ooh, that was insane, all that lag, man.
It makes you want to wonder if the 32 took tires or not. That definitely the no tire option, if you don't play it out right, will make the truck extremely loose.
I can actually tell you.
And that possibly.
I can tell you, there was people that took only 2 tires. I had some that took no tires. We had Ethan Krutz, the 23, with a 7.9 second stop, possibly a 2-tire stop there. Douglas Doucette in the 65 also took with the 8-second stop. J.R. Smith, 8.1 second stop. Joshua Banks with the 8.2 second stop. So that's a good possibility. There is a lot of people in the 8s, and there's also a 7.9 there as well. Possibility that was just all short stops, I would guess anyway.
As it's basically just a 4-car breakaway here for the lead right now. As those look like most of the guys up here in the front are the ones that did take 2 tires.
So you see some of these slow cars up in front. Lap traffic, it can play a big factor. You can see right now the 99 really didn't know where to go, so he's going to go to the high side. They are able to get around him. That was actually a very close call.
It's definitely a horrifying feeling as the leader, as the 6 would be. When as we got some guys talking here in the game, as the leader, going through a turn or down the backstretch and having a lap car right in front of you, and you do not know where he's going to go. It's definitely a horrifying feeling, as it looks like most of these guys are going to go to the outside and let the leaders have the bottom.
I'm sitting here watching now the 32 and 6 working together. Would it be smart? I mean, would it be a smart idea maybe if the 23 and 5 just fall back and ride behind this 6 and 32 and maybe try to pull out even further? Or do you think they're okay right now doing what they're doing?
With the sizable gap that they've got, it's okay. If this 3-car pack that's behind them starts to kind of close in any more than what it is, I would definitely say probably to try to get in single file and try to pull that gap out. The less cars you have in your pack, it's definitely better. It's less. It gives those 4 drivers a definite advantage later in the race for a possible win. As you definitely want to only have to try to beat maybe 3 or 4 other cars rather than trying to beat 10 to 12.
Yeah, I say that and they actually get single file. I can see right now the 3. Let me see if I can find him again. I had him just up here a second ago. That's Donnie Gatton. I'm sorry, back here in 5th, in the 3 truck. That is the furthest car right now. 3.5 seconds behind. They're not going to be able to catch, I don't think, the cars in front of them with only 3 trucks, are they? Now the 27's actually falling off this little group a little bit as well. He's trying to catch up back up to them. Should be able to get there.
Yeah, with it being just the 3 of them and the lead pack, or the lead group being 4 cars, it's going to be a lot harder. They're going to definitely have to use some of these lap cars to give them a little bit of a speed boost. So they definitely need one more car to kind of even the group out. And if they can get nose to tail and really push, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, right now you can see that. Right now Donnie Gatton is now 4 seconds behind the car in front of him for 4th place. So he's trying to work, but like Joe said, I think he's going to need one more car. Now, they actually qualified a little bit different, which is one reason why I had trouble getting set up so quick. They actually did the Daytona qualifying back last week, I do believe, and they actually set the qualifying up for this week. iRacing has a feature where you can do that. which it is a cool idea, but I think they actually had a little bit of trouble, I do believe. I don't know if they got it sorted out or not. Do you know if they got that sorted out?
I think they had a little bit of trouble, but I do think they did get it sorted out.
Okay, good. Is that what the new server was for?
Yeah, I believe
Oh, okay. Alright, so that makes sense. So, Justin, I just want to blame you. Because I had everything perfectly fine. It was working great. And then I had to reload everything really fast. And it's such a big program, it takes a minute to reload everything. And it uses a lot of resources. So, Landon Williams, by the way, I got to give a shout out to him. I love that truck. That is an awesome looking truck. The Traxxas, it's got the M&Ms on the back. Pretty cool there. They actually got a new sponsor, and it's Bob's Paints, I think. I don't have anything right now because I didn't know about it until today, so I didn't get to find everything I needed for it. But I believe it's Bob's Paints from IRA. I think he paints a bunch of cars and stuff like that. So pretty cool. I will find out, more about it once for next week before we go to Dover. At 12, there they go, making a run over the 30 and the 2. That 2 had trouble getting on the pit road, which is why he's so far back. Kind of surprised to see that. Oh, I was looking for the wrong car. We got another little pack back here. Back in, looks like 12th place. Actually, it's about 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th is the 26, 28, 65, and 55. Looking up a little bit right now, just seeing what all events have happened over the last few laps. I'm looking right now. I'm trying to see. Looks like William Kruska possibly had a pit twice. I don't know if that's right. I think it is. He may have got caught speeding on pit road. It looks like he did. Let's see. Brian Vaughn pitted. So they pitted on lap 21, so that should set us up. We're going to have definitely one more stop, Joe.
Yeah, with it being 60 laps and most all of them coming out on 21, that should get them somewhere around the lap 42 mark, 41, so within, 42, possibly 43.
Is it within about 12 laps or so?
Most likely, some of them may, some of the guys in the back possibly may short pit. To maybe try to make up some time. But I would imagine most of these guys are going to still try to come down and keep that same strategy and hit about every 20 laps. And with this second pit stop, if the guys can play it out right and are able to draft well enough, they can conserve enough gas to where that could be possibly their last stop of the night.
Riding on board with the 99, Nick Short. Now right in front of him is the 13 truck. Nick actually got into the wall, coming, I guess, I don't know, coming to pit road, I guess, got into the wall. And we actually barely seen that, but not going terrible laps. He's still doing, 49-second laps. A lot of that has to do with, there ain't really nobody in front. Actually, now he's one lap down. But it's a little weird. That much damage could slow you down that far. I mean, I guess it's kind of just like a big parachute would be my closest thing you can say to it. So what happens when the spoiler is pushed out? Because I see some damage on this 99 truck. It's a little bent. If the spoiler's pushed out, does it hurt you as well?
Yeah, with the spoiler kind of being pushed out a little bit, it looks like they're to the right, as it looks like a little bit of it maybe caved in on the rear too.
That's what I'm seeing.
It's gonna just cause too much disturbance in the air, and it's just going to start to pull too much drag on the truck, and you just won't be able to get as much top speed as you want, and it's just going to slow you down over the long run.
Yeah, you can see it right here.
The main thing he needs is to basically try to get back into a pack. The pack will equalize that damage. If he can get someone in front of him and behind him, he will be. He'll be good there, as it will not really affect him. With him, just being him and one other car, it's definitely hurt his top end speed.
I'm sitting here looking at him now in that pit stop insider, which is a very nice truck, by the way. We almost had a little bit of contact with him in the 99. Actually, the 99 hit the apron. Now he does hit the apron. He may go around.
And we got the
13's definitely around. Yeah, this may cause a caution. He's on the bottom, but he is off the racing surface. We'll see what happens. He's trying to get it to go back straight. This is Andrew
And
Carter.
he's still spinning. He's coming back towards the.
Now he's on the bottom. I don't think this will cause a caution.
No, it seems like
Wow.
he saved it. And
He's going to come down pit road. So the 13 truck of Andrew Cardinal, I believe is how you say his name. Definitely not having a 91. He started way back in 19th anyway. So that brings me to another question to ask you. Does that come back to qualifying? You know, does it hurt him for where he started so far back there anyway?
You know, it's definitely a possibility. The qualifying can make or break at the super speedways. If you qualify up front and stay up front all the entire race, definitely a benefit. But if you know how to work the draft and you'd rather start in the back and you know you can work your way up there without any problem, it's definitely nothing that will hurt you. With the amount of cars we had tonight, some of the guys possibly having mixed strategies on the start of wanting to go up to the front, some going to the back. It may have hurt the guys all the way in the back with trying to get up to these front leaders. And you can definitely see that as it looks like we've got, can correct me on this, Adam, I think we have 14 trucks only on the lead lap out of 25 tonight.
We do have 14 trucks on the lead lap. Yeah, that's odd. I think a lot of it had to do with that pit stop too. It threw a lot of things off. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised, to be completely honest with that. I mean, I knew it would throw some things off. I knew they would get spaced out. But when people start pitting single trucks, it seems like it really messed things up. And I mean, I'm trying to see right now, and it ain't far away from being actually a 13 car. Right now, the leader has a 41-second gap over Jacob McLeod in that 42. We'll take a look at him real fast. And you can see he is in a green and black Monster Energy being pushed by the 81 of Gary Wells Jr., who is a lap down. In the Delco, and a lot of these trucks don't have damage. I mean, they're not damaged at all. They just got caught at the wrong time with pit stops. And that's what it seems like a lot of it hurt. And I mean, J.R. Smith right now is running away with this thing. Him in the 6 and the 23 of Ethan Krutz and Joshua Banks. I'm not surprised to see Ethan up there. Ethan's a really good, racer in general. I've seen him race a couple times. But right now it's just a 4-man show. I'm looking back right now. The gap has actually grown from 4th to 5th back to Landon Williams. It is now 6.4 seconds to the rest of the top 7. And then it's another 21 seconds back to 8th through 10th. So right now, this is a 4-man show. They do got a pit. We do expect it to be coming to pits here probably any time, I would guess.
Yeah, as we're getting to 39, I would say they're going to probably start to dive on the pit road here within the next 5 laps.
So if you're one of the guys that pitted late, if you're in the back, you got to try something. You're going to take no tires, I would guess. You can't really take much fuel. What can you really? Is there anything you can really do to try to gain time?
Mainly it's try to make your pit stop as quick as possible. Definitely if you're in the back, try to. The main thing here is either hope for a caution or just take fuel only and just risk it with the tires. As the front pack up here, they've got so much of a gap. It's going to be so hard to kind of run it back down without most likely getting a caution. You're going to need a perfect pit stop and something to happen when these guys come on pit road, these front 4. Any little bit of a bobble or a touch or anything that it gets anyone loose that causes them to have to slow down and give up time.
I can tell you, we have got 3 people on pit road. Right here comes one of them out of pit road. Actually almost pulls up in front of the track. Richard Hines, Brian Long, and Curtis Martin, all 3 pitted 38 and lap 39. And actually now we got a couple more people coming on pit road. Actually a bunch more people coming on pit road. Jacob McLeod is on pit road. You can see him. Well, you can't see him right there. So I'll change the view over. You can see him right on your screen right now. He looks like taking 4 tires, and he's going to be down and away. As well as the 18 also on pit road. We did have somebody go off track. There it is, the 65 of Douglas Duchette actually goes off track. And where was he at? He was actually in the 10th spot. So we're waiting to see. The leaders should be coming to pit road here anytime. They're still out on track right now. they're going to have enough to make it, I'm guessing, once they actually do pit. So I'm waiting to see if any more events actually happen. If they do, we'll bring it to you. Right now, Douglas, you said Anthony Reynolds pitted, and it looks like Douglas actually had to come back on pit road. I believe that's who went off. Yeah, that's the one that went off track, so he had to come back down pit road. So if you're some of these guys that's possibly that right now is right behind these front four and maybe have their draft, I can't tell, they do not, so they might not be able to do anything. I was going to say, is there oh, now we go. Yep.
Coming into pit now.
Yeah, here they come to 23.5. Now this could be big.
A couple of flat down cars.
The 32 locked them up a little bit.
Factor in how these guys come off the pit road if a couple of them get separated.
That's what I was going to say. Contact.
32 just won the 55.
Yeah, and that was not good because the 32 was on that high side, but the 55 goes around.
Looked like they just couldn't kind of figure out where they needed to be to get in their pit box. Caused a little bit of kind of hard to say. It's like they just couldn't figure out which lane they needed to be in to get in their pit box correctly, and it caused a little incident there.
And do you think that just comes down to communication?
Yeah, I mean, the lap down cars got to definitely look at. These guys are the leaders. They're racing for the win. If the guys outside of you on the outside, just slow down and let him go ahead on pit road. You're not going to be able to gain anything.
And I'm going to be honest,
from it.
This hurts Joshua. He was the 32 car. It hurts him. He's 3 seconds back now. He's going to definitely lose the draft. He's going to probably fall all the way back to 5th and 6th and be another 12 seconds behind. Now, we do have Landon catching these guys. They're not catching them fast enough right now, 11 seconds behind. They are gaining quite a bit, but they're not going to be able to gain 10 seconds before these guys get back up to speed. Now, let me ask you this. Joshua, if he falls back, because Donnie is right here with this group as well, they'll have 4 cars, and while the 6, the 5, and 23 are kind of racing side by side, can this help them get back up there with this much time left?
I mean, if the 27, the 12, and the 3 can pick up the 32 and kind of work together, they can definitely run down that 3-car pack. Because, I mean, the 3 cars is definitely going to be slower than what they had before they came to pit road with being the 4 with that incident. The guys, 5th, 6th, and 7th, they've got to work together and possibly pick up the 4th place guy, Joshua Banks, and work their way back up to this lead, or these 3 guys are still just going to run away with it, and it's just going to be down to a 3-car show.
Yeah, and honestly, it needs to happen fast. We're only down to 16 laps to go, so not very much longer left in this race already. Let's take a look real fast at the in-race summary. J.R. Smith, currently your leader. 14 lead changes, however, which is pretty impressive. However, 0 cautions for 0 laps. That's pretty impressive. Not going to lie, Daytona is usually a place where people dread coming. I'm one of them. Now, the 32 actually did slow way down, and he will hook up maybe with the 27 if they don't blow by him. Looks like he should be able to get their draft. Actually, they're going to drive right by him and leave him sitting. Now, that's going to hurt. However, the 32 may be able to get some help here from Donnie Gatton and the 65. And the 3-car, which could be big, which is Donnie Gatton. And the 32 is actually down below the yellow line. We got 3 wide in through the tri-oval, and no, they're not going to. Looks like they're not going to pick him up.
It almost makes me wonder if the 32 is a little bit down on power.
I'm wondering that too, because I'm looking now. Last lap was 50.7. I'm watching the top speed. I don't know. I'm showing top speed at 185 right now by himself. Looking in front of them with Donnie and all them, does have no 185 with draft. So I don't know what's going on. Now he's at 190 on the back, or 187 on the back. So I don't know. That's strange. It's definitely not working out for him though. Right now these 3 up front, J.R. Smith, Ethan Krutz, and Elliott Butler driving away with it. Landon Williams back and forth trying to catch up along with Adam Meyer, trying to catch up and hoping they could do something. 14 laps remain here for the Daytona 150 for the International Racing Association. I about said that wrong. At Daytona Beach. We will be back next week, by the way, or tomorrow, guys. at I think we go back to Daytona again for the Cyber Racing Association, and then we're back here on Sunday for the CFR Puzzled Racing 150 at New Hampshire International Speedway. We will have the connection issues fixed, I promise. Tomorrow's race is going to be good. They usually put on a good show with Cyber Racing. For Sunday's race, New Hampshire, Joe, you're in it. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm excited. Coming off my win from last week, knowing that I've been able to take over the point lead, it's definitely going to be a fun race on Sunday.
You're actually pretty confident as well at New Hampshire. I mean, you've been putting out some good laps. There is some people that's near you with the times and practice and stuff, but you're looking pretty good as well this week.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun race. I can't wait until Sunday to get here. What
car are you driving Sunday?
I will be driving my Yeti coolers.
Okay, I didn't know which one you was driving. Oh yeah, that's right. You are driving the Yeti cooler. I remember I seen it tonight. We do have a lot of people running autism paints, so that's pretty cool. So
yeah, I'm noticing something here back in the race. This front pack, it looks like they picked up 3 lap down cars.
I was getting ready to say that. One of them, yeah, Richard. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, the lead's actually grown back out a little bit. They've gained about 3/10 since picking these guys up. There is a 77 going a lap down. That is Brian Vaughn. He's actually now 7 laps down, I do believe, to the leader anyway. J.R. Smith right now. Let me ask you, 23 and 6. Who is in the right position right now for these top 3 cars to get the win?
Right now,
this is a tough choice, though.
With it being just those 3 cars, and I know the lap down cars will not really try to. Hopefully, will try not to play a factor in the end of this race. They'll probably try to start to back off towards the end and give them some room. With it being the 3 cars, and if they all try to go for the win, you're definitely going to look at the 5 to probably just keep it and get across the start finish line and take the checker. If they try to work together, I would definitely say the 23's got a really good shot sitting there right in the middle. If the 6 will work with him and push him, they can definitely work around the 5. It's just how much the 5 will block towards the end and how well they will work together.
I was there looking at it. It's 23 and a 6. Ethan Kritz and Elliott Butler is both in a Toyota. So we could actually have a Toyota, but the rest of these trucks behind these guys are the Chevy. Now, let me ask you this. Do lap cars have a say-so in this?
I mean, with them staying up there, they do. If the leader, if any of the guys in that lead pack definitely want them to work with them, there's a chance that could help. Like the 6 of Elliott Butler, if he can get that 81 or 42 or something to get on his bumper and give him a push toward the end, he's definitely got a chance to get up, get around the 23 and get up to the 5 and do something. But they're gonna have to work with him and work with these 2 and with these 23 and this 6, get around the 5, because it's just as the race gets towards the end, the track's gonna get narrower and narrower to him because he will block every move they try to go.
I do want to mention right now that since we just passed the 3 cars, the 81 to 42. At 87, that does only put 10 cars on the lead lap with no cautions. So that should tell you something about what happens when there's pit stops happening here under green flag. It really becomes spaced out.
So that I have to say too, it shows you how well J.R. Smith, Ethan Kurtz, and Elliott Butler are running tonight. As they've got 10 seconds to the 4th place.
Pretty impressive.
And it's just. They're on a dominating pace.
Yeah, they really are. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and lie. They're actually right now the fastest of the race is honestly J.R. Smith, Ethan Krutz, and Elliott Butler. That is the fastest of the race. There's a reason why they're top 30. They're not just they haven't got lucky. They're honestly the fastest of the race right now for the previous laps. So that's very impressive, actually. I can tell you. J.R. Smith has led 29 laps, possibly 30 if he leads this lap. Ethan Krutz has led 6 laps. Elliott Butler 14 laps. Anthony Reynolds was able to lead a lap, and they're right there. Nick Short was able to lead 2 laps. So that was your leaders. So we got a bunch of lead changes between looks like 4 different drivers. Yeah, 4 different drivers. 5 different drivers. Sorry. We got 14 lead changes for 45 different drivers. That's pretty cool. 7 laps to go. I think you're right. I think the 23 may be in the best spot here. I mean, he has nothing to lose besides second. If you lose one spot, okay, I understand. But if it's me, I'm taking a chance. I'm going to pull out and see if the 6 goes with me. Whether he would go this early or not, I don't know.
Well, I would say at this point in the race, with it being coming to
6 laps, yeah.
Go here, I wouldn't pull anything here right now unless I do it at this exact moment. Give me enough time to recover. Either
right.
wait, until you know that you can make the move and you can get help, or I will. My personal self of knowing, where I've ran a few of these races at Daytona, I definitely want to save whatever move I'm planning until the last lap of the race.
I do want to mention the 5's actually got a little bit of damage to that bumper. I can't tell if the 6 does. It don't look like the 23 does. It don't look like the 6 does as well. Now, the reason why I'm asking is, if the 23 wants to go out and try to make this, do you just pull straight up? As they get ready to lap to 32 here, so yeah, something definitely wrong with Joshua Banks. Maybe just not able to pick up draft. Now 9 cars on the lead lap, but do you just pull straight to the right, or do you slowly ease up to the right like he's doing right now, just to see if the 6 will follow you?
I mean, it mainly depends on if you got your partner. If you got a partner behind you, as it looks like the 6 is going to
did look out. Yeah.
The main thing would be is pull out when you can pull your side draft at the same time, to where it's going to slow him down and give you a bigger run coming out of the corner.
So do you want to do it? Do you want to do it out of turn 2? Do you want to wait till turn 2, or this is a little bit shorter straightaway than that Talladega for super speedway racing, or do you want to wait for turn 4?
To me, I would wait for turn 4.
Okay.
Yeah, when you come off turn 4, if you can get enough of a pull, you can pull and pull up.
6 is actually looking right now. He's actually trying really hard right now.
The 6 has got to get closer through the turns to pull more side draft.
That's what you're saying.
It's going to do nothing for him or the 23. The 23 will not be able to pull up.
No, the 6 will get a small run. However, they'll just stay pretty much even. There's no way the 6 can get up there unless he utilizes side draft. We are seeing a little bit right there. So this is very interesting.
Down a little bit more through the corner.
He's still not low enough right there, is he?
Definitely liking that they're both side by side back here, because it makes his job a lot easier.
Yeah, all he's got to do is just hold the bottom. Now the 23 started to look there. So this is interesting.
Let's see if he can either mount another run, or if him and the
It looks like the 6 wants to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely looks like he's willing to go, but the thing is the 23 willing to go?
And they're going to have to work together if they want to both get around the 5. I mean, if they can work together early enough and they both go around the 5, it can be between both of them.
Now, we've seen J.R. Smith block.
They know how to utilize the draft well enough.
We've seen J.R. Smith block earlier where he's utilizing, stopping the momentum. Does he do it now? I mean, for all we know, the 4th place guy could be sitting where he wants to be. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, in JR's position, you're going to have to block every attempt someone getting around you. If it causes, if you end up wrecking, it's just an unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
But being in the lead, I do not want to get that lead up this close to the end, because there's not a good chance you're going to get it back.
This is a race that everybody in IRA wants to win. Daytona 150 here, coming down to 2 laps to go. Getting ready to take the white flag. We're on the back stretch right now. We do have a lap car up here in front of these guys. Shouldn't play a factor. Yeah, I believe it's either 18 or 13.
He will not play a factor in this battle. He's going to give plenty of room on the outside.
Yeah, it is the 18. He does give a lot of room. Hasn't been much of a factor really for the 18 tonight. He's actually Travis. I don't want to say his last name. I forgot how he said it. Not where he wants to be. He's had a rough night. I believe actually got caught up in the wall.
White flag.
Yeah, white flag is in the air.
Now, I'd like to see, does this 6 try to back up a little bit and use this lap car as a boost down the backstretch?
That's not a bad idea. I don't think the 23s right now really wanting to go. It don't seem like he's really focused on going right now. We may see right here. 6 wants to go. You can see it. He's wanting to so bad, but he just can't get there. Now, if he pulls up beside the 23, nobody helps him. Yeah, see right there, it's going to help the 5 right now. Because the 23 is not wanting to move, it looks like, unless he does it out of 4. And he's looking.
Here we go. And he is there. He's got enough room.
The 6 ain't going to push him, so this is going to be
and
close.
The 6 is coming up. The 6 is going to help the 5.
Winner! Race for second was close. I think it was 5, 23, and 6. Yeah, it was. Either J.R. Smith, winner tonight. IRA 150. Very impressive run by JR, actually. 37 laps led.
Definitely the driver tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I agree completely on that. Trying to see if anybody's actually in here for an interview. I'm looking now. I don't see anybody here yet. Let me check the other one as well. The other, we got two broadcast things up. We'll be looking to see. No, they are not in here. It don't look like. So we will wait and see if they come in here or not. Let me see who this is. Nope, Mike Shepard's 23, not in here. So J.R. Smith's going to burn it down, though. We're going to watch this, and maybe they'll see if they come into TeamSpeak or not. Hopefully they will, so we can get an interview, because we can't talk to the drivers over chat in the game, because we're spectating. So J.R. Smith will be the winner here tonight, as he starts burning down. You take a look here at the rest of your grid, or rundown, should I say. 9 cars on the lead lap. Corey Waters finished back at 18th. Probably really disappointed, I'm sure. Derek Glass up there 15th. Matt Bean back there. As either J.R. Smith gets the win. I keep saying the wrong driver's name. Joe, real fast, what's your final thoughts on these race before we see if anybody's going to come in or not?
I mean, the pit stop played a big key. That first pit stop separated the field, and the guys that took 2 tires and had the big breakaway definitely made the correct strategy call, and it showed. As the 3 of the 4 that were still out there, or that made that early pit stop, were the 3 that finished 1, 2, 3 in the race. So they definitely were the drivers to beat and are the class of the field tonight. So we'll see what they can do going into Dover next week.
Yeah, Dover's going to be very interesting. I thought the race was good personally. I thought it was well ran by everybody. We'll take a look real fast at the summary. Real quick. Pretty simple, though, as we mentioned earlier in the race. 60 laps here tonight, 14 lead changes, 0 cautions. Very interested in that sense. We're waiting to see. Are they telling people to TeamSpeak in the chat? Can you tell?
I believe they've sent it out. I don't see anybody coming in yet.
I don't see anybody yet either. We'll wait for just one more second. I think we had somebody join. I thought. Maybe not. Seeing Brian Long. Where did Brian finish? Oh, there's somebody right there. There we go. Here's J.R. Smith. We'll bring in J.R. Smith. Okay, no, we won't. I don't know where he went. We'll bring in Ethan and Chris first. Hey, Ethan, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you finished second place. Anything you could have done to maybe get around the 5 that you wish you would have done a little bit earlier, or is there anything else you wish you would have done a little bit different?
Not really. My main move was to stick behind him coming out of 4. I was really hoping the 6 would go with me.
I hate your voice changer, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
My bad. Anyway,
You're good. That was funny. I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
does this really sound like that?
I was really hoping the 6 would go with me. I was in Discord with JR earlier, and he didn't even think the 6 was going to go with him, so I was really hoping the 6 would go with me, and I had a feeling I could have got it, but...
Do you wish that you would have probably tried it off 2 instead of 4, or was that your plan to try it off at 4?
I thought about it, but then I realized JR's a good enough racer where he could have easily gotten around me off of 4 again,
right.
So I wanted to stick with behind.
Well, second place to start the year. Next week we head to Dover. How do you feel about Dover?
Oof, that might be a rough one for me. I'm not a big fan of Dover, but I got a little bit of breathing room going in. I believe second in Dover, so our best anyway.
All right. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
They're not watching, but my friends over at Slip Angle Motorsports, Jake Nichols, Brian Blackford, Dwayne Culberson, Tyler Sifford, of course, JR. Yeah.
All right, man. Good job. We'll talk to you next week. See what you can do at Dover.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in Elliot Butler to see what he's up to. You got him, or you want me to grab him?
I got it.
Okay. Hey, Elliot, you got a copy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, man. Finished third place tonight. Anything that you wish you could have done a little bit different to get up there and maybe get a run for the win?
Oh, well, I was pretty much just waiting for that last lap to see if I could get a run on the top two. I lost my drafting partner during the last pit stop. So I was pretty much just trying to capitalize on any mistakes. Gave him a couple bumps on that last corner, but just couldn't quite get past them.
Yeah, Daytona's such a hard place to get around with somebody on the outside. We actually watched you go to the high side to try to get around it. Was you just trying to use the outside side draft?
Yeah, I was pretty much just trying to see if it would even work before we got to the last lap. But them two were hooked up so well that it just wasn't going to happen.
Okay, Joe, you got any questions?
Elliot, what do you think? Could you have done anything with the 2020 of possibly working with him on that last lap to get around the drive and probably working out y'all to win? Or was it mainly every man for himself?
At that point, it was pretty much every man for himself. I thought about working with him, but I pretty much figured if I did, I would push him to the win at most, and I'd still end up third. So the only way to really move up my position was to try to win it on my own.
All right, so next week we go to Dover. It's the final question. How do you feel about going to the mile-and-a-half track in Delaware?
That's probably going to be a rough one. I don't have a whole lot of experience at Dover, but hopefully over the course of this week I can get some practice in and be competitive with these guys out there.
All right, anybody want to give a shout-out to?
Just everybody watching, my girlfriend for being so supportive of me doing iRacing and let me do it all the dang time.
Oh, you got to thank her.
Of course. And just everybody who's supported me through my experience on iRacing. This is my first league race, so it's kind of a big moment for me.
Very awesome, man. Good finish, third place. Definitely can't wait to see what else you can bring to it.
Thanks, I appreciate it, man.
You too, man. All right, next up, we're going to bring in our old friend, J.R. Smith. You got him?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Hey, J.R., you got a copy?
What's up?
Man, first place. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I'm very impressed. 37 laps led, started first, able to get home to win. There's nothing else you could have really done different. I gotta ask you. I watched you earlier on in this race, and I noticed that you was kind of blocking the higher lane. Was you just stopping the momentum, or was you just going up there? Because you seen the run coming from the high side. Was you just going up there to, make sure you stay out front, of course?
Well, actually, it was my boy Ethan and Nick Short. I was working with them most of the race. So I was just trying to keep them cool. Just try to keep their engines cool when they got hot, so we could just maintain 1, 2, 3 for as long as possible.
Yeah, Ethan actually said he was in the Discord chat with you or something before, and he finished second. Was you worried about the 6 whatsoever, knowing you had the 23 behind you? Was you worried about the 23 pulling out, maybe a little bit earlier to see what he would have done, or was you just pretty much cool, calm through the whole thing? Because I get nervous when I race a restrictor plate. But how was you feeling, knowing that the 23 and 6 was behind you and could have left you actually outside, not looking at the win right now?
Yeah, it can go a lot of ways, and once I knew when Ethan didn't go off 2, which was that'd be my place to go if I were second, would be off of 2. And once I saw that, I knew the 6 didn't have much help behind him with the lap cars, so I knew he couldn't get any momentum, and it's too hard to pass with one car. So I felt pretty confident, but stay calm and. I
will say that the 3 fastest cars, according to what I got here on my sheets, actually finished first, second, third, which, by the way, is the first time that's ever happened that I could think of for my entire time broadcasting, which is pretty awesome. Real fast, we go to Dover next week. How do you feel about Dover? I know a lot of people, it's very tricky.
Yeah, I like Dover. It's a tire wear track. I think last season we ran a good amount of laps, so feel pretty confident this whole season. I think we can start some fire this year.
Awesome.
Have a lot of good things happen.
Joe, any questions for the winner?
After that first pit stop, you kind of got like a 4-car breakaway. Was that kind of by design, taking the 2 tires and trying to get that much of a lead and banking on hopefully there not being a caution?
Yeah, I was really shocked how clean we were with no cautions, and just trying to get as big of a gap because it's hard to catch up when you got a lot of cars. So if you can get further away, the better. So that's my whole strategy of the race.
Well, you came in here and you wanted to show people that you could race, and 37 laps left shows that you can out of 60. Very, very impressive run. Like, I'm super impressed. Good job. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to Revcom Racing and my boy Ethan for helping me through this.
All right, man. Good job, and we'll talk to you next week and see what you can do.
All right, thanks, guys.
Well, Joe, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Any final thoughts on anything or anything you want to talk about?
Main thing, I think for the race, that was a awesome race. We had no cautions, and the 3 guys we just had in here definitely were the 3 guys to watch for the race. They definitely were the class of the field tonight, and they deserved their podium, and for JR, definitely deserved the win.
Honestly, man, and like I said, I usually tell stuff straight up honest. I've mentioned it earlier. I was super impressed this was actually a clean race. I didn't think it would be. I'm anxious to see what some of these guys can do, though. I know that, I know J.R. Smith won, 37 laps led. He deserved to win. So did Ethan and Elliott. Both of them, they all deserve to be up there. I'm anxious to see what some of these other guys can do when we go to different tracks other than super speedways. Anybody can win on a super speedway. You and I both know that. Everybody knows that. It's a super speedway. As long as you're able to keep your car clean, you can. I'm anxious to see what some of the people like Brian Long, Derek Glass, there's a lot of other guys. I mean, Nick Short, for example, who led 2 laps tonight. I'm very anxious to see what happens when we go to bigger or smaller tracks such as Dover. So they're going to have to tune in to find out next week. We will be back here tomorrow for the Cyber Racing League. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Adam Chapman, and you can tell them who you are.
I am Joe Pritchett.
Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll talk to you soon.